Hey monster fans, we're going to take a look at some Universal Monsters action figures by Sideshow. Now these were made from 1998 up to 2001, and there are 5 series of 3. These are the 8-inch figures. They also made some small figures, like keychains and little big heads and stuff like that. And they also made some really nice 12-inch figures with cloth, with cloth costumes and such. And those are great. I mean, I've got those, but that's a subject for another video. I don't want these to go super long. All right, let me take you back to 1998. I was looking around in Toys R Us because I used to buy a lot of action figures, and I was always looking for toys back then. And I came across this Series 1 set that had Frankenstein Monster and the Mummy and the Wolfman. And these things looked as just about as good as high-end statues, and they're somewhat articulated, not a lot, but I mean they just look great, and they were $8 a piece. I couldn't believe it. So I jumped on that. I bought 2 of each one, and I opened one each of the packages to display, and I've had those out on my shelves, all these years. And the others I kept in the package. I mean, I know a lot of people take all their stuff out of the package, and that's fine if they want to do that. But if the packaging is good for display and it shows off the toy really well, I usually like to keep mine in the package. If it's something spectacular, like these 8-inch Sideshow figures, then I'll buy extras to take out, but I like to keep mine in the package because that packaging oftentimes is as good, if not better, than the toy itself. And it complements the toy so much. I think they look so much better than just putting them out loose on shelves. But hey, if that's your thing, man, that's cool. Just do your own thing. Have fun with it the way you want to. We've all got our own ways of doing things. All right, I've got the loose ones here that I'm going to show you. They came with some pretty cool accessories too, and these really nice bases. Here's the 8-inch Frankenstein figure. And like I said, this first series came out in 1998. And all of these are sculpted by a guy named Olaf Hartvigsen. And this dude really knocked it out of the park with these sculpts. And you got some minor articulation here. The arms move a little, and haven't moved them in so long. But I like to display them on the shelves. I don't need to move them around, It's got the chains there. And here's the torch that came with it. And here then is the Mummy figure holding the Scroll of the Dead there. And something fell off. Grab that in a second. The good thing about these things, they're pretty resilient. That was just an accessory that fell. This box here, you can open that and put the scroll in it if you want to. And there's the base. And of course the bases are hollow, but they're thick plastic. These things are pretty tough. And let's see. And here's what fell. This is, the stone tablet with the Egyptian symbols on it. Of course, it didn't hurt it. It's thick plastic, so no big deal. And that's another reason to keep your toys in the packaging, because you don't drop crap off of them, and have to pause your video. Okay, anyway, here's the Wolfman. Lon Chaney Jr. as Larry Talbot, or Talbot. Nice base. Here's the accessories that came with that. There's his cane with the silver wolf's head. Of course, it's plastic, but You know what I mean. And here's the trap. And I'm going to show you the packaged ones here of the Series 1. There's the Frankenstein monster. Now, doesn't that look super cool in the packaging? These have been in boxes all these years out of the light. And I still had a couple that where the plastic bubble turned dark. I can't explain that really, but anyway, there's the back. It tells some about the movie and the character, and shows the other two figures in the set there. And I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about what these backs say. I mean, you can pretty much probably check eBay listings and get all that if you want to read that stuff. Because it takes the camera a little while to focus, and I've got a lot of figures to get through here. And here's a quick look at the back there. Nice graphics, nice photo. And we've got our Wolfman here. There's that nice cane and the trap, the base. Sculpting is right on. Olaf Hartvigsen, you're the man. And I know that in recent years we've had these same characters being done by different companies, especially the Diamond Select, and also by NECA more recently. And here's the creature. This is Series 2. These came out in 1999. Did a great job on the creature. But as good as those are by NECA and by Diamond Select, and I have several of those, but I still think that these Sideshow figures are the gold standard for Universal Monsters 8-inch figures. And that's just my opinion. I know a lot of you are going to disagree with that. You know, there are a lot of big NECA fans, and NECA's doing some great stuff. And there are a lot of fans of the Diamond Select stuff, you know. I mean, I've got the creature with K put out by Diamond Select, and man, it's awesome. I'm right there with you. They're great. But still, my favorites are these Sideshows. I mean, they're sculpted so well. They have great accessories. Here's the Phantom of the Opera, of course. Another one from Series 2. And there we're starting to get some pics on the back. There's Series 1 and the Series 2. Some little advertisements there from Sideshow, so you'll want to go out and grab the others in the series. And here is Elsa Lanchester as the bride of Frankenstein. They've all got these cool plaques on the bases, you know, and fun accessories. Great stuff. And she's got this shroud thing that you can put over her as well, as it showed in the picture. Okay, we move on to Series 3. Now, Series 3 and 4 came out in 2000. Here's the Metaluna Mutant from this island, Earth. Plaque. Got some nice base there with, you know, some tech-looking stuff there. And here's the back listing all three series up to this point. Here's the Invisible Man. Claude Rains. Cool accessories there. You know, you can put that clear head on them there if you want to. Cool plaque. There's the back. 10 points of articulation. You know, these weren't super great for articulation, but when you factor in how well they're sculpted and what you get for the money. Now, these later series were not $8 a piece. I lucked out and got there as soon as those series ones came out. I think later they ranged from $10 to $15 a piece, depending on when you bought it and where you bought it. Here's the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Lon Chaney, of course. And there's the base. And here's the back. But I mean, if you want to collect Universal Monsters and you don't want to just get everything that's out there, which frankly is kind of hard to do because there's a lot of material out for Universal Monsters characters. This is a good stopping point if you want to finish a series of these things. Here's series 4. This is the Son of Frankenstein. Boris, of course, again. There's Inspector Krog's arm. And you notice that the plastic is darker. It's kind of an amber color on this, and I don't remember that. It's possible that it might have been that way new, but this has been out of the light all this time. And usually it's too much light for too long that darkens plastic like that, so I can't really explain that. I don't know whether it was like that to begin with or it just got that way over the years in the dark. Maybe it was a different plastic mix for the bubbles. Not sure. And when you go to buy these on eBay, they can get a little pricey. You know, they're not out of reach or anything, but the 12-inch ones are the ones that are really expensive. But here's the mole person, and or the mole man or whatever. He's got some mushrooms there. There's a fungus among us. There's his base. But see, this one's amber too. So these two of these 15 are the ones that darken like that. I can't really explain it. It doesn't bother me that much, but it's just kind of weird. Here's Henry Hull as Werewolf of London with his hat, you know, and scarf, and there's a Malphasia flower there. And there's his base and the back, and they've got like the cloak that you can put on him there. It's folded up behind him. That's one drawback to not taking them out of the package. You can't deck them out, you know, totally, but I'm okay with it. I'm still a package guy usually. Not always, but usually. Anyway, what I was going to get to, when you go to eBay to buy these things, you see a lot of them for 25, 30 bucks. A few of them are, you know, up around the $40 or $50 range, and like the Creature is super popular. It's always more than every other monster around it in every series just about. But the Creature, you know, that will probably run you more than 50 bucks for one. I'm talking still in the package here with nice packaging, not beat up. And they're still around, you know. I mean, these are fairly nice here. So, you know, but you can build sets of these, a set of all 5 series without breaking the bank on these things. Here's the Bela Dracula, and there's that base. I think this Bela Dracula is a little bit more too. I don't know that the production run was as high on it. On the secondary market, I think it's a little bit more. As a matter of fact, all of Series 5 may be a little bit more. And here is Igor from Son of Frankenstein. I think that was Bela's greatest role. I mean, as great as Dracula is, I think Bela just killed it with Igor, man. I'm sure other people have different opinions, and that's great, you know, but all of our opinions matter, and we need not belittle each other just because we disagree on minor points. We're fans, and we love this stuff. And here is the Phantom of the Opera decked out as Mask of the Red Death. Of course, Cheney again. And there he is with his robe and his hat and all that. And that stuff's in here. I mean, you know, if you do open this, you can really deck this dude out, man. He's got his big staff there and his mask and cool stuff. And here's one last thing. I didn't buy the silver screen editions of these for, in general, I don't like to duplicate. You know, I mean, I don't have unlimited funds or unlimited room, so I generally avoid a lot of variants, but I do have this silver screen 3-pack. And this might be a little bit glary. But there it's got the Series 1, the 3 of them. The Wolfman, Frankenstein, and the Mummy there in this window box. And on the back it gives a lot of information. And this is, you know, limited. If you call 5,000 limited, but it's numbered, so I guess that's something. But, you know, it's just a nice presentation. It's nice looking. The reason I picked that up is because I got it at a very good deal. That was I bought that from Dennis Druck Tennis, the guy that used to publish Scary Monsters magazine. He used to sell a lot of stuff in the back of it, and he'd have what he called these scare house sales, where he'd sell stuff that was fairly new for like really cheap prices a lot of times. Almost always they were below the current retail, you know, or the recent retail when they were new. I think I gave like 15 bucks for that thing, and I couldn't turn that down. So I used to buy boxes of stuff from Dennis back then. But anyway, that pretty much finishes my collection of you know, the Sideshow Universal Monsters 8-inch figures. And you know, I'm pretty happy with that. I don't have room to display them all. I keep the package figures all boxed up because I got other stuff up, and there's only so much room for this stuff, you know. But I'm glad I have them in the collection. I think they're noteworthy, and you know, I'm glad to have them. And I'm going to do another video on the 12-inch figures. Now, they did quite a few of those, and I don't have the last 6 of the 12-inch figures. But I have the others and a few of the side ones, like from the TV shows, you know, like the Twilight Zone and the Outer Limits and things like that. But anyway, we'll look at that in another video at another time. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Now look at the Sideshow 8-inch figures. And keep on monstering.